Time now for First Alert Weather with meteorologist Rob Nucatola.
All right, we get started on 24-hour temperature cast. Numbers near 80 early, going to make it near 90 again this afternoon. How far past 90? It's going to have a lot to do with when we're getting showers and who's lucky enough to get those showers, hopefully earlier today. And I don't expect things to cool off much again tonight into tomorrow. We've got heat advisories again. Same sort of areas as yesterday, maybe creeping a little bit more in some of our eastern spots. But even if your county isn't one of the ones shaded in orange, doesn't mean you can't get those high heat index values, 105, 108, 110, and that's the dangerous kind of stuff and the reason we have heat advisories. I do see a couple of specks up against parts of Taylor County, Wakulla County, Franklin County's coast. Nice to see a little activity early in the morning. Usually that means we're going to get more later in the morning and in the afternoon, and I do expect to find a good scattering of showers across the board, similar to what we had yesterday, and that hopefully means not as hot for as long, but we still got awfully hot yesterday into the mid-90s. We are going to find a whole bunch of fog out there this morning with all this moisture just hanging in the air. Not much of a breeze to stir things up. A little breeze from the east is trying at the Tallahassee airport, where it's up to 8 miles per hour. But we're talking dew point numbers up over 75. That means there's just a lot of moisture in the air, and it's just sitting there. Air temperatures are 79 for Tallahassee, 78 for Valdosta, 77 in Thomas. But we're going to find a lot of numbers right like that. Upper 70s, and I do not expect them to move very much throughout the morning hours. So it's a warm start. It's a muggy start. A lot of us aren't going to get below 75 or 76 this morning. That breeze will try to stir things up at least a little bit, but I think that breeze, which will be a little bit variable this morning, will be more southeast throughout the day today, just bringing in more of the warm and more of the muggy. We talk about that fog. Areas like Quincy already with visibility down below 1 mile. We'll find other spots where the fog gets a little bit thicker at times over the next couple of hours too. Futurecast, once they get these showers going before lunchtime today, I think that's a pretty good bet. And then on again, off again throughout the afternoon. So you can get a couple of different showers, some early, some late, or you could totally miss out. That's the frustrating part with the scattered showers, but that's what we're dealing with today and still tomorrow. Although tomorrow, I think we start to remove just a little bit of that moisture in the air. And also, I think what we do is we start to take away some of those other ingredients that are helping to fire up these showers, or at least give us these extra showers. So as we get through Wednesday and especially Thursday for July 4th, I think we end up with fewer showers, a little more sunshine, but that means it's going to be hotter for longer, so be ready for those really high temperatures over the next couple of days. Let's talk tropics. Hurricane Beryl got to Category 5 strength last night. It is still a Category 5 with winds at 165 miles per hour. It's moving to the west-northwest at 22. It's moving pretty fast. And the last couple of hours really does look like it's got a little bit more of a north movement to it. So that will be interesting down the road, especially maybe by tomorrow night for places like Jamaica. And then we're going to have to see when it interacts with the Yucatan what happens to it. Still looks like it's going to be more of a Mexico issue than a Texas issue, but we will certainly watch and track and see. I mean, it is a powerful and impressive looking storm, and it's moving at a fairly good clip. So the faster it goes, usually the better with something like this, so it doesn't just sit there and just soak up all that energy and available fuel. Here's Jamaica over here, and it does look like it might be in the path by tomorrow night. We'll see if any wobbles come, and maybe it can change course just a little tiny bit. Usually these things do bounce around. Now, there's that other energy we were looking at yesterday that yesterday looked like it was starting to really organize. Now it doesn't look like much at all. And I see some more coming off the coast of Africa. So things are active across the tropics, especially across the South Atlantic. That secondary piece of energy now down to like a 30% chance for development over the next week. So nothing major coming with that. We can probably spend most of our time focusing on what Beryl's doing, especially as it gets closer to places like Jamaica in the next 24 to 36 hours. On the Gulf today, close to home, winds out of the south and southeast 5 to 15, seas like 1 to 3 feet. We'll go 70s, 80s this morning, very muggy. The shower chances go from 40 to like 70% by lunchtime. I think there's going to be a good scattering of showers. We'll still probably make the lower and mid 90s, and it will feel like it's up over 105 in most spots. The showers eventually fizzle. Some of these will linger, and the humidity is not going away just yet. Our rain chances start to inch down a touch over the next few days, but only a touch. We're still going to have plenty of scattered showers. We're still going to have lots of hot, humid, unstable air, so it won't take much. I don't think anyone's 4th of July plans are getting washed out, but boy, is it ever going to be hot and humid.